There we go. Oh, let me go over there. I think that's everybody. Hello class, my name is Joy Valencia. Today I'm going to be giving you an informative speech of astronauts, what daily training is like for them, and what life on space is like for them. Right now there are humans living 250 miles above Earth, floating at a rate of 17,500 miles per hour. Every 90 minutes they orbit the Earth once. Although space may seem as a place of discovery and exploration, even the simplest mistakes can become catastrophic. Simple things such as eating, sleeping, or exercising become much more complicated in space. Because of these issues, astronauts must go through extensive training before they're ever allowed to leave Earth. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about what astronaut training, what they go through, what daily life is like for them, and any mental or environmental challenges they might face while out in space. Astronaut training on Earth is extensive because space is both dangerous and unpredictable. Physical training, one major part of the astronaut training involves physical and simulation-based training. According to an article published by NASA in 2015 titled Living and Working in Space, astronauts train in huge underwater pools to simulate the feeling of weightlessness. This helps astronauts better prepare for working in microgravity as well as spacewalking. Another big part of their training is centrifuge training. This is where astronauts are put in very large machines that spin at extremely high speeds, and this is to simulate the feeling of G-force on the human body while re-entering and leaving Earth's atmosphere. In addition, astronauts repeatedly practice emergency procedures and spacewalk simulations so they are prepared for unexpected problems during missions. Besides physical preparation, astronauts are also trained in technical training and classroom training. According to an article published by the editors of Encyclopedia Britannica titled Astronaut Training, Axis, May 2026, astronauts study science, engineering, communication, navigation systems, and operation systems. Astronauts must understand how operation systems function because astronauts are responsible for solving technical problems while in orbit. Astronauts are also trained to think quickly and remain calm under pressure. During missions, they may face equipment malfunctions or emergencies where fast decision making is critical. Teamwork and communication skills are heavily emphasized because astronauts spend large amounts of time with other astronauts in isolated environments. According to an article published by the National Air and Space Museum published in 2023 titled What It Takes to Become an Astronaut, astronauts are expected to demonstrate strong leadership, communication, and strong problem-solving skills. Space agencies evaluate whether astronauts are capable of working well with others before being selected for missions. Now that we know what the training the astronauts must complete, let's talk about what daily life is like for them. Living on Earth is very different from living on space. Astronauts must adapt to microgravity and living in confined conditions. One of the biggest challenges astronauts face is the physical effect zero gravity has on the human body. Without gravity constantly pulling on muscles and bones, astronauts gradually lose bone density as well as muscle mass over a period of time. Because of this, astronauts aboard the International Space Station exercise an average of 2 hours a day in specialized equipment. This training helps prevent the loss of muscle, but it helps astronauts remain healthy over a long period of time. Daily activities that seem simple on Earth become much more complicated in space. Sleeping, eating, and personal hygiene all require adjustments in microgravity. Astronauts sleep in sleeping bags attached to walls so they don't move around or float around while resting. Instead, of taking traditional showers, astronauts use rinseless wipes and very limited amounts of water for hygiene. Eating in space is also different because food and liquids float in zero gravity. Astronauts often eat packaged and dehydrated meals designed specifically for space travel. Even drinking water requires special containers to prevent liquids from floating away inside the spacecraft. In addition to physical challenges, astronauts also face mental and emotional stress while living in orbit. Astronauts spend months away from family members while living in confined environments with limited privacy. Isolation and stressful working conditions can become mentally difficult and stressful over a period of time. Astronauts must remain focused and emotionally controlled even during stressful situations. Space itself is an extremely dangerous environment. Astronauts are exposed to radiation, extreme temperature, and the possibility of equipment failure. During launches and re-entry into Earth's atmosphere, astronauts experience powerful physical forces that place additional stress on the body. History has shown that space missions can involve major risks. Accidents such as the Challenger disaster in 1986 and the Columbia disaster in 2003 demonstrate how dangerous space travel can become even with advanced technology and preparation. These events show why astronaut training and emergency preparation are taken seriously. In addition, these challenges, astronauts also participate in scientific research during missions. Scientists use space missions to study how the human body reacts to long-term exposure to microgravity and other conditions in space. Researchers also conduct experiments involving medicine, engineering, environmental science, and technology development aboard spacecraft and space stations. Today, we learned that astronauts complete years of physical and technical training before missions. We also examine how astronauts adapt to daily life in microgravity, including exercise, eating, sleeping, and managing stress. Finally, we discussed the dangers of space travel and the scientific benefits that result from space missions. In conclusion, astronauts complete years of difficult preparation before traveling into space and must adapt to many physical, mental, and environmental challenges while living in orbit. Daily life in space is very different from life on Earth because even simple tasks can become more difficult in microgravity. Through training, scientific research, and long-term missions, astronauts continue helping scientists better understand how humans live and work in space. Thank you for listening. Let me try to get you. Sorry. All right, guys. Thank you.